Near the Wild with Matt Becker, John Norris, and Ggreg Chaille.
You there, John?
But I sat there going, and you wonder why we have a problem with China. They want to take out Victoria's Secret. They go, yeah.
Guys, what is happening right now?
I want you to hear how Becker's getting ramped up here. Because there's a bunch of people in the fun house. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Are you seeing the text? Are we messaging?
Is this... I feel it sounds like Becker's giving a TED Talk.
He is. We are actually in Maryland, and he is at the University of Maryland, and he's wrapping up with his TED Talk, and then we'll be able to start soon, John.
All right, call me back.
No, we're ready to go. He's working.
Okay.
It's just I get over here. It's I see you like, hey, are we doing this? I'm like, it already started without us. Becker was in a froth. Don't bring up Mexico, immigrants, kids, or the economy, because he's covering that in the TED Talk. He might be tired of talking about it by then.
Good. Hot topics, hot button issues.
Yes. I think this is his closer right here, so we'll let it go. Let's let everyone listen into the applause.
We're getting to the point.
I hope so.
I thought it was tiger disease. Apparently,
it goes off in so many directions. I don't really even know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a lot of people.
It does, and that's my radio background, where I'm able to make when we get paid $50, which they never paid me, to do a remote. And I'd have to make 3 people that are in there to buy Red Bull and beef jerky to make it sound like there's a ton of people here. Come on down for the raffle.
Yeah, it's a monster truck show.
All right, I'm gonna swing him over here so we can get started here, John. I don't know. Let's see. I have a bunch of notes. Shit. I'll have to run down and get this. Oh no! Hold on. Oh, hey. Here, I'll turn ours on so you can see. See, there's no one here. Becker, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you finished with your TED Talk? Okay, this is where we start.
All right.
Podcast voices, everyone.
What?
I put you over there because, Becker, because I thought they were going to do another podcast, so I was going to... Chad usually is in this spot, so I didn't want...
No, that's good. I like it.
No,
I like
just
being
saying,
way over
that's
here.
why you're way over
Hey,
there.
dude, did you see me on the camera? I guess not. Hey, nice sombrero.
Yeah. Is that good?
It's great.
So, hey, John, just so you know, Becker and I did all this prep. We got a lot of FIFA information. We got some updates. We have one of our favorite movies. We're going to talk about that is the Bikini Car Wash. One, not 2.
No, 2 was literally named correctly.
And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 emails, John.
6.
6. That means at least 6 listeners, and the rest are robots.
Are you? Is it one person who's signing up for fake emails?
You know, I didn't even. You know what? The cynical mind of John Norris. I think you're right. It could be. Wait, these are all my mom's AOL account addresses. Mom Chaille at AOL.com. Mom number 1 at AOL.com. No. So yeah, we got some. I do want to say that the guy who was episode 141, that guy sent us a very nice email saying thanks for all the suggestions. That was when we did the suggestions, the best of Anchorage.
Where to go?
Yeah.
And how to get there.
And
so
depend.
he decided not to come to Anchorage.
Yeah, it's like thanks,
Well, he
guys.
didn't get shot. That's clear.
I decided I'm going to Michigan instead. Actually, he said, now depending on your comfort level, John, he said he will be at Van's Dive Bar on Monday night for the open mic. So maybe you want to duck out. He seems nice.
Yeah.
No misspellings. And he didn't use a lot of acronyms to say like,
Do your new
LOLs
stuff
and stuff like
Do
that.
your new stuff.
I'll check it out. I'll see. I'll hide in the back, and if I see anybody who looks real sweaty and nervous, I'll duck out.
I know during, I don't know if you remember that episode, but we're very trying to be very PC, and we tried to cover our bases because we kept giving him all these active things, and he goes, "Oh, by the way, we are both active and not wheelchair bound." I guess we said we gave him like parasailing and hiking and running, and they're like, these guys might be in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
So
well, I think
we nailed it.
I think we are better tour guides for people in wheelchairs because we're not very active.
That is true.
No, that's true. If we can do it, you can do it.
We are almost in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Don't go to that ATM. You have to reach too far.
All right.
We're not going to list off a bunch of 5Ks and fun runs that they can go on. It's mostly sitting around and drinking.
Like now, except you seem to be at work again because the Wi-Fi connection's good. Is that correct?
Yeah. Back in the studio.
Oh, look at that.
I agree with
Becker,
it.
look at that.
That studio is fantastic, John.
Have a coffee.
Yeah, I get it. Coffee. We call that the cold coffee club.
There's plenty of room there. Do you think you could hold some kids from across the border? Could you just detain them there?
John.
Yeah.
Look into the camera. Look at.
If they send the kids up here, I'll give them a place.
Okay, that's cool. And maybe they could get some dance lessons from the lady?
Yeah.
Teach them how to do that little Mexican dance?
Presidential fitness. They have.
It's not inhumane. It's not inhumane if you give them activities to do.
That's true. Paper mache, making sweaters, purses,
Night tennis shoes.
car covers.
I mean, I can't tell you the amount of times I went to summer camp and I just slept in a cage with some space blankets. My parents paid a lot of money for that, so
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep talking about the space. Now, see, John, see what I said when I was giving the slash the throat thing. I didn't want you to go into anything political or.
This isn't political. This is about kids,
Immigration
Greg.
or- okay.
About kids.
I should have said kids. So, but what's wrong with? We used to want the Mylar blankets when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like foil that you could sleep in.
I used to make capes out of them and run around.
Yeah.
It looked amazing.
I don't even know if they work.
I don't think they work. I think it was the same.
Yeah.
It came with the thing of Tang.
It just felt like you
It was
had
like,
a blanket
here,
in your
space
pocket.
blanket and a thing of Tang. Enjoy your filthy, dirty orange.
so
No, you make a
growing up-
cup out of the Mylar blanket so you can drink the Tang.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's always, I've never understood that with Tang. You go, oh, that's what the astronauts drink. I go, well, yeah, they have a limited things they can drink. I can drink anything. I'm on Earth. Don't give me fucking Tang.
So I grew up in Alaska and had to do a lot of wilderness survival classes growing up, and which didn't take. I would die immediately. But the survival blankets, I always thought they were just for reflecting light and signaling a plane. They were never explained that they could actually keep you warm. So I don't think.
What part of blanket doesn't suggest that you should probably drape it around you? It doesn't say Mylar blanket
Didn't you ever watch
signaling
the Peanuts?
fabric.
The Peanuts, he always had a blanket.
They should have put Linus
Yeah.
on the front.
Maybe
As some
maybe
way
the maybe the crinkling, all the crinkling, you're not going to get any sleep, but it might scare an animal away.
Well, no, it's just to keep you from dying of frostbite, right? From exposure.
Let me die.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to take 2 of those and crazy glue them together, right at the seam, and then fill it with helium and see if I get.
Oh, yeah, it'll fly.
No, I want to take down an airplane with it.
Jesus. He'd like to conduct an experiment. Hey, John, a lot of bears in town right now.
Yeah, in Eagle River, I've had my ear to the news feed, and they're getting ready to just shoot some bears that are addicted to trash.
Who is it, though, right? I mean-
garbage bears. I don't understand why humans can eat all the trash we want, but a couple bears get addicted and we gotta take them out.
They're taking our trash.
If anything, they should. Stop paying the city to take your trash. Just spread it on your yard and let the bears come take it.
I don't know about you, but I mean, I know my dietary habits. I know pretty much John's, and I know yours, Greg. But do you think they go through our garbage? There's nothing I throw out that they would eat. They'd be like, I'm a bear. I'm not eating that. Fucking.
Bears like gluten, and you can't have gluten.
Right.
So, don't you just throw out all the gluten? Don't you separate it?
Yeah.
Like me cutting off the greens off of a carrot?
Yeah,
you
carrot
cut the
chips,
gluten out of
gluten,
something?
and just chuck it in the garbage.
Becker's trash is just a huge mound of gluten.
It's just he just eats. He orders a pizza, eats the toppings, throws everything
Throws
else
the crust
away.
away, yeah.
So you're saying that bears are
I have a disability,
paleo?
by the way. I have a disability, so I don't appreciate you making fun of it. One day it'll be recognized, like, what video game addiction? They just fucking threw that in the heap.
It was funny
You see
though,
that?
Becker, because once we were having some beers the other night, and I was frying that straight gluten flour. John, I was making vegan chicken wings.
Oh, you gotta come down, John. It's a party every night.
It is literally
What are your?
the ingredient is gluten flour. So I use gluten flour. So it's
It's in the name.
It's right there. It should be. Don't feed this to Matt gluten flour, and it's fried. It's battered and fried. And we sat there and I go, Becker, I don't know if you can have this, but I mean, I think you should probably try it, right? And smash cut to 3 hours later. It was right before I threw up in the funhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Your head was on the bar, and it was one of those, you were asleep.
Yeah.
You would shut down because that's the
Yeah.
thing. But we did have a good run. It
we're
tasted good. It was very fried, and I found out that I had the temperature of the oil too low to begin with.
Oh.
And what happens is the
So
oil
it was
soaks in
So it doesn't
rather than creating a
crisp it.
crispy crust.
Right.
And that was the thing. We ate them all.
Yeah. And
Even the gluten intolerant guy.
Yeah.
But it was funny because I had to look at Trace. I'm like, look at this guy. And your head was on the bar. And then 5 minutes later, I'm cleaning up my own puke.
yeah, look at that guy. I did great until he started swirling it around.
So just like real fried chicken, you have to make sure it's cooked all the way. You can't eat it raw.
Yeah, well,
You got salmonella from gluten-free vegan chicken.
yeah. I don't know if I'll do that again. It's tough because it all boils down to this just doesn't taste like fried chicken.
And there's nothing wrong with fried chicken.
Because fried chicken tastes
There's
like
nothing wrong with fried chicken.
Absolutely not. You're right. But it is the you're chasing the dragon, trying to find something, and then all you have to do is you just keep adding, and it's like, if I add a little chicken to this,
Yeah.
I think we're
this
there.
would be really
I
good.
think we're there. Less gluten,
Uh-huh.
more chicken, a little more
feel
chicken.
like, I eat a lot of vegetarian and vegan meals, but I don't like the things that are like trying to be a meat substitute.
Yeah.
Like it always tastes weird, and I feel like you're just setting yourself up for disappointment when you compare tofu or gluten paste, whatever you guys are eating, to like a delicious food.
Yeah. I've had a real hard time giving up food.
Well, I'll tell you what. We were at the Wild Horse Pass Casino when we were taking Becky up to fly back up to Anchorage, and they have an In-N-Out burger there that's open until 6 a.m. in the casino, Fat Burger, and they now have Impossible Burgers, which are an amazing burger. I mean, they've gone out of their way to simulate the look of a cooked burger. Right?
Is the Impossible Burger? It's the same as the Beyond Burger?
No, it's different. The Impossible Burger is light years better than the one that's available at Safeway and all the markets. The Impossible Burger has coupled with chains to cook the burgers, so you can't actually buy an Impossible Burger patty, but you can buy
You have to get a job there.
Beyond Meat. But it was really funny because I went over there and I got 2 of the Impossible Burgers, and I got you, Becker, and his wife Becky. I got them cheeseburgers, and the person who's making this burger for me, the Impossible Burger, I go, can I get it medium rare? And this is all plant based. The blood looking, it's actually red water in in the hamburger patty. It's not blood. It's red water.
I thought it was beet juice.
No, I'm saying when you have a rare burger, it's not straight up blood. It's mostly water, right?
Right.
And
It's like when you kill somebody in the rain.
yeah, just go, cover your tracks. The Impossible Burger, they use something to simulate that. I think his beet juice is one of the things. You should really get a bigger beer when you're.
Yeah.
Tricky. But the Impossible Burger, I ordered 2 of those, and the guy cooking it, well, they said they can't cook it medium rare. The Impossible Burger, that's all plant-based. You can eat it raw. And he says it's against our policy to cook anything other than well done at Fatburger. And I said, it's plants. It's plants, people! And they said there's nothing they can do about it because they just smash it down and then it fries up. And even the cook, when he was like wrapping it up and handed it to me, he's like, "Is that any good?" You're making these. You haven't even tried like one Impossible Burger to see what it tastes. I had no fucking interest. Even
You're
if
telling me you got poor customer service at a burger place inside of a casino in Arizona
at 1 a.m.
at 1 a.m.
Can you believe it?
I know. And it was really funny because we were gambling at the time. He comes back with food. I'm like, "This is the greatest, John." Sitting there playing craps. We were playing craps. And then we were eating.
Oh, John knows.
Eating craps.
John was there when we played craps at the casino, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Like,
the electronic crap?
The big boggle where it goes, hit the button. And you hit the button.
But they got a new one now.
That's
Now it's 3 screens. You can play craps, baccarat, or blackjack.
And roulette.
And roulette.
It's 4.
I don't know how any of those games work, so sure, let's play them all.
And then if it has a glitch, John, what it does is it takes all your money and they reset the game and they go, "What?" I go, "You took all of my bets." And they go, No, we didn't. What'd they do that to us? 3 times?
3 times, yeah.
3 times, John. They wiped out the board and the guy goes, "It's new. I mean, we're not trying to rip you off." I'm like, "Well, you're ripping us off." And he goes, "No, it gave your money back." I go, "No, it didn't. Do you even know how this game fucking works?"
Well, the guy who came over and said, "You guys have to stop. We gotta figure this out." And then Becker's all, "Hey, where do we get our money back?" He goes, "Well, listen, we figured out that there's something wrong with the game. We're working on it right now." And Becker goes, "But you took my money." He goes, "Sir, I didn't take your money. The machine took your money."
You work here?
I like
then
that.
you took my fucking money, you cunt. I hit him with a simulated beer because I didn't want to hit him with a real beer because we were at a fake casino.
I like that. This is the newest version of the machine. It actually just takes your money and you don't actually play the game.
Well, John, what you forget too is you get virtual cocktails. You can get all the virtual cocktails you want.
I was virtually wasted.
Yeah. But in reality, we had to go to the room and make our drinks.
I've had the Beyond. I've never had the Impossible Burger, but I've had the Beyond Meat burgers, and when I'm pretty drunk, it's convincing.
Yeah, I find that the few like the one that we had in the casino, I kind of hit my my stride on how to order. Don't get the tomato in there, and go for lettuce, pickles, and the regular condiments. Yeah. But I think the tomato adds a little too much. You don't get enough of that grit. You know the.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Oh, we used to.
Now John's doing a TED Talk at work. He muted us.
All right. John's been...
This is my coworker, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Hello.
You've been on our podcast before, Matt Burgoon. Good job.
Mark was in a band once called the Outboys. Look him up.
You're famous.
Almost Famous.
Almost Famous? Was that their first album?
They had a record.
Was it in
They
Anchorage?
almost had no, they were it was in L.A. He told me they almost had a song in a movie once, and then that didn't work out. Then they broke up.
And that's when they broke up?
I mean,
Yeah. So.
no offense, but isn't everyone in this room almost have a song on a movie?
I do, yeah. I mean, mine was so close.
Possibly. Well, I'm waiting for the callback.
Tico and the Man. I mean, if they just ever pick up the series, I did all the entries of that.
John, there was
I was a backup singer on the Can't Hardly Wait soundtrack on a Smash Mouth song.
my brother and I were roadieing for a band right out of high school, in a punk band in Southern California. And then there was I know we talked about this movie. It was Surf Nazis Must Die.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the worst. It's voted like one of the worst
Hands
fucking,
down.
yeah. And, the band, the Tasers, that was the band that we were roadieing for and hung out with for a couple of years. They got 2 songs on the soundtrack. And then we all went to the premiere. So they got us all in there, and it's like, wow, this is fucking great. And we
Was
wait.
it at the Chinese theater?
No,
It was a Chinese restaurant.
Sadly, no, they were booked. It was on lot though. We went into somewhere off of Sunset, and we went and we're waiting at the end for those credits. I mean, this is like a trauma film or some bullshit, right? And it turned out that the band had 2 songs featured in the soundtrack.
Did make
on
the credits?
thing and didn't get it. And they go, oh, yeah. They basically said we ran out of letters. Basically, that's what they
Ran
said.
out of letters?
The whole thing is like, isn't there
You
someone
got
that
assistant to the key grip.
don't play anything? The scene didn't require, but it was one of those things where like, God damn it, really? And then I just found out recently that one of the guy who plays Mengele in the Surf Nazis Must Die is the lead singer from like Haunted Garage or something, which is this like total cult band from Southern California. I never heard of them. Right. And they were the precursor to these bands that do all these weird props and things on set and stuff like that. Wow. It's like, or on stage.
Oh, like War?
Yeah. Yeah. And totally. But, a little bit, well, not as theatrical as Gore. I mean, that's kind of the top of the heap. But, we basically ran out of, they couldn't put them in the thing.
That's amazing.
Credits. Isn't that?
But you wait
credits
too.
quick,
Like they
right
don't
before
tell
they
them.
Yeah.
They don't tell them.
Yeah.
You're at the premiere going, this is going to be great. Oh, wait, your name's not on it.
Yeah, at least you got in though. Usually it was like, you would learn that like when you try to get into the screening, and then like, oh, you guys aren't on the list.
Well, but that's the thing, John. That's where they kind of they set you up for this because they went, yeah, we can get your friends in, and then you went, are we on the credits?
I mean, that's how you, John. I mean, you're the filmmaker here. Isn't that how you squeeze people to do things for you? Is you saying like, well, we can give you credit?
Yeah, usually if it's like a business, you're like, I'll make sure your sign is in the movie. And
I have a song in that new Gotti movie. Do you see that, John? That's they got a perfect score. They got 0 Rotten Tomatoes. That's the best. That's the best you can do. That's the best
I don't know
you
that
can
they
do.
were going for that.
Best you can do. 0 Rotten Tomatoes. You get a bunch of Rotten Tomatoes, you suck.
I don't think you know how that works.
We did talk about it, but on NPR they brought it up. The person talking to her said, "Well, wouldn't Rotten Tomatoes like be bad?" He goes, "Well, no Rotten Tomatoes is bad. A bunch of Rotten Tomatoes is good." And she goes, "Do you know what Rotten Tomatoes are? Where
you don't ask for Rotten Tomatoes on the perfect salad."
No, she said, yeah. She goes, "It's from vaudeville when they used to throw produce at you that went bad because you sucked." And she goes, "So why would you have 0 Rotten Tomatoes?" And I was going to save the clip and try to send it to you, John, but I figure you listen to NPR.
But you'd rather get hit by a Rotten Tomato than a fresh tomato because it would hurt more. So in that sense,
well, I mean, it's just it's poor form to throw a tomato that hasn't been prepped for throwing. Which is, I just found this out from Chad Shank from the Doug Stanhope podcast. He used to frequent, well, for many years, he frequented Ren fairs.
Yeah,
and there was a guy who would be in the stocks, and it was like an insult comic, and he would yell at you, and I said, how is that? Who would do that? Because people throwing tomatoes, I figured that would hurt. He goes, no, the guy that you buy the tomatoes from, he's got a big board with nails in it, and he pokes, he punctures all the, like mashes them up a little bit for you, and it's like, oh, fair game. That's all right.
I could still wing him.
Well, yeah. I go for the ear.
I'd throw a beer bottle.
Yeah, you got to bring your own tomatoes with little bits of glass in them.
Oh, yeah. Razor blades.
Welcome to the Red Fair. Oh my God, I'm bleeding. No, you're bleeding, my senior. Don't break character.
Do you think they did that back in medieval times? It's like, hold on now. You want 3 tomatoes. All right, let me prep these tomatoes. I need you to sign this waiver. Because we don't want any any injuries?
Me Lord requires you to sign the waiver there.
Oh, I didn't bring my quill. Oh, that's all right. We got one here.
Every time I try to make fun of red fairs, I end up sounding like an old sea guy. The ocean was big. I go, that's not red fair.
These dragons are...
That's Moby Dick, you idiot.
So, John, are you going to get busted because your coworker saw you drinking on the job?
No, that was Mark. I'm his manager, so he would report me to me.
Okay, well, are you ready for this meeting? Because it's going to be awkward. It's going to be a Chris Hardwick kind of thing.
No, I'm just in our studio. We keep all of our gear in like a little closet over there on the side.
Yeah.
So it's a low traffic area. And then I just drink my Irish coffee down here in the corner by myself.
Irish coffee is not Irish coffee when it's in a mug like that.
No.
It just means whiskey, right?
Right.
I'm trying to catch the code.
Whiskey,
production code.
Slash, whiskey and gin. I had one bottle of each.
Going, who put coffee in my goddamn coffee cup? You ruined it.
Well, I'm going to run and get a beer, but Becker.
Yes?
What were we going to talk about? Bikini Car Wash. John, have you seen Bikini Car Wash 1 or 2?
No, I didn't know that was...
John, you're going to love us for this suggestion.
Hold on.
I know about Car Wash.
Hold on, John. I made a mistake. It's the Bikini Car Wash Company. Part 1.
Yeah, don't go Bikini Car Wash. There is a Bikini Car Wash.
So I'm going to grab a beer. Give him a quick synopsis.
Not the same as the teenagers with the pressure washer out by the church over here on the corner.
No, nothing. Not even close. This was, it was hard to guess the year on it. We were watching something. I forget. It was intense, whatever we were watching. And then that was on the other TV. And it literally, we moved it to the main TV because it was just nudity, John. Just nudity and more nudity in Car Wash 1.
Is it like
83? What did we say? It was before? That was 90. Or 90, 91?
An actual movie?
Yeah, it's a real movie.
Is it like one of those late night cinematic movies?
No, we don't know. It was on, one of those like history channels. And
any recognizable actors?
No, that was the part.
That was what we were trying to figure out.
Anybody, just the towel girl, anybody, nothing.
Well, we figured some of the long-haired dudes were probably bands, like metal bands playing the strip.
Yeah.
Down, because they still had the Poison, Cinderella type bands.
It was definitely filmed
there.
like around sunset.
But these chicks were super smoking hot Hollywood.
In the first one.
Yeah.
But literally, no problem, naked running around.
Oh, no. But no one went anywhere. Not even like...
The plot was so loose, it was unbelievable.
Like,
do you think maybe it was like, it's one of those things where it was like directed by,
the guy who...
Spielberg or Robert Zemeckis under a pseudonym. That happens.
No, that definitely didn't happen.
No, it was really weird.
It was clear that this was thrown together. But and then the crying shame is that Bikini Car Wash Company 1, it's a sad sequel that came about because it just did not have the titillation, I guess, of the first one. The first one was, what the fuck are they showing?
No, here's the thing. The first one looked like they were excited to be there. Everything was great. The next one, John, so 2 comes on and we go, oh, now we got to watch this.
Here we go.
Yeah. Because we're thinking 2 is going to be worse plot graphic, right?
92 was the first one.
Okay.
Without even seeing any of them, I can tell you what happened. All the girls from the first one are dead, and they had to get a new team and they didn't have the chemistry. That happens.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
But they get another season of the Car Wash, and nobody takes their clothes off in the next one. It's literally, it's bikinis only, and they're hideous looking. They're the worst looking. Yeah, they're like meth heads, and you're like, what happened to our car wash?
I just sent him a screenshot of what's going on. I hope you don't get in trouble at work for this. 80s chicks, dude.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh,
so
sorry.
it's worth it. So you watch 1, then you watch part of 2, like you did with My Big Bus.
This gal right here, she's the only one who did something else, and it was like unmentionable. It was like nothing. It never
Right.
went anywhere.
Is it?
There's the poster, John.
Look at the poster, John. Put that on your fucking wall.
Are you sending it in Discord?
No, it should be on the screen.
Oh,
Screen
I
share.
don't see.
Turn your camera off. Turn your camera off. Oh, there we go.
There we
do
go.
screen share in
Screen share.
on my phone.
Oh, are you on your phone right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
You should be able to see.
Wait,
it.
I've done screen share on my phone before.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's Hard Bodies. That's a different movie.
yeah. That's not
In
a
the same
movie.
vein.
Yeah, we have to watch Hard
Oh my
Bodies
God.
now.
It looks like the same picture. Bikini Car Wash Company. Hard Bodies 3. It's the same
Whoa!
picture.
They re-released it on a DVD as a different movie. 3. Hard
Yeah.
Bodies 3. Is that amazing?
I feel like we've
That was
really cracked
a
the
different
code
movie.
here.
No, we got to look that up because that's hysterical. I think they resold it on DVD. Somebody got the rights to it and went, well, I can't sell that again.
It's the exact same photo.
I know.
It's not even from that photo shoot. It's the exact same photo.
Yep.
John, can you see it at all?
I don't know how to do screen share on here
Okay.
anymore.
All right. Well, we'll personally email them to you and you'll get one every month for $14.99. And all you have to do is call an 800 number to cancel.
Yeah, when you put the credit card in, just, so we know that you're a real person, not a robot in Russia.
Yeah.
But you can cancel at any time. As
You
long
just
as
have to
it's-
call Russia to a robot.
Oh, you guys. So I'm Googling it, and there's new versions. This is a long-running series. There's now the All-American Bikini Car Wash that came out in 2015.
Right. I think that was a remake, but it can't be as good as the first one.
Nothing.
No, you watch the first one, John, and you'll be like, this makes up for the big bus fiasco you guys made me watch.
Hey, John, turn your camera back on.
All right.
We need some lights in here.
Oh, hey, guys.
We're dark.
We're all backlit.
I've got a bunch of clamps I'm turning into a phone stand.
John, you go all out.
Hey, look at that.
You go
John's
all out for this
hands-free now.
podcast.
This is amazing, dude.
Yeah. Bikini Car Wash. I feel like I've seen those at some point in the haze of being a 13-year-old in the late 90s, probably.
I don't
lucky
think,
you.
I bet there was a window you couldn't get these, John. Unless you got whatever that knockoff was of the same picture. But, no, I mean, DVDs, they wouldn't have been on DVDs. They'd been VHS.
Yeah.
It would have been VHS.
Definitely.
Or, remember when, on cable, on USA and Cinemax, they would just run any garbage movie at, late
Yeah,
at
but
night.
they would
So
edit
probably-
it. They wouldn't have the tits. When you see this movie, John, you'll be like, this was the weirdest. I said it. It's what the last movie they showed at the drive-in.
Yeah.
It was like, that was the last drive-in movie. And then they go, well, we're closing the drive-in. They go, well, we're not making these movies anymore then.
We're doing this
Well,
one.
But it was.
When you're 13,
13.
you fill in the blanks from all the editing on USA and cable. So I
Yeah.
feel like I got the whole movie. But do you think the second movie? Do you think they cleaned it up for a family audience? That's why.
I think they had guaranteed money and they said, okay, what's the cheapest we can do this?
Or look, production date starts here. I want a story, or we don't have a story. We're shooting.
Yeah.
Because it really felt
But-
like it was,
but
they were winging it.
The quality of the cast was what amazed me. No, I mean, the first one, you go, we have no budget. We'll just grab whores on the street and have them show their tits. The second one were whores on the street that wouldn't show their tits. And you went, you've really thrown a wild card in there. I don't,
lower budget. They
I don't get
charge
it.
per boob.
Or they thought they were real actresses. They like,
The
well,
first one?
no, because my uncle, he saw the first one. He said I should do my talent more.
yeah, I'm not using my talent like I should.
The uncle who's not allowed at Thanksgiving.
You mean your talents? Your talents. You're not using your talents like you should? Is that what you said? Because you're a wildebeest. Oh, it turns out the fucking goddamn, remember the wild animal they couldn't identify?
In Montana.
Yeah.
We're switching gears here.
Yeah. I mean,
Which wild animal? Did
remember they shot that
The wolf.
the man wolf, bear wolf looking thing. It was Becky called it as a baby bear that just had mange, and it turned out they just gave us bad pictures in the first. Then we saw the rest, and we went, oh, it turns out, yeah, it's just a wolf. They shot a wolf in.
It's a gray wolf, and there's they've got like a couple thousand.
Yeah, well, 999
right.
now.
There's a bunch.
Was it bigger than normal?
Well, it's like one of those things.
Looked weird.
Do you remember the picture that was going around for a while, and a guy shot a bear in the wild, and they took a picture, a brag picture, but they set the camera at an angle to where the bear was like super close, and the guy was sitting back, but it looked like he was right next to the bear. So the bear looked enormous.
Right.
And it's one of those things where it was a shitty picture of a dead animal.
Yeah, but they
so
had like
everyone was-
4
Still a
pictures,
great-
and
that's
it
still
looked
a great Tinder profile pic, though.
Yeah, and you get what you see, you know what I mean? But
So I don't know if you guys read the ADN story about the bear cub that was downtown.
Cruising around down on 4th Avenue or
Downtown
something.
Anchorage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it snuck up on Cass Smiley. She's her gig is she's one of those people that like plants flowers and waters all the flowers by the Performing Arts Center. And she was out with headphones on, and then she noticed a bunch of people pointing at her or something, and turned around and there was a bear cub like 3 feet from her.
is that why she had to take the morning after pill?
I think we should have her talk about.
Hey, I haven't
quoted
seen
her
you around
in
here
the
before.
Hey, you want to see my bare ass?
Oh, you want to drink
That's,
from the hose? Mama don't give it for free.
This one huffed and puffed and blew your house down.
So that's the wild animal news I have for you guys.
That's
pretty
it?
good. That's pretty good, John.
That's it.
That was pretty
I
good.
didn't read the story. I don't pay for the ADN.
No, John, we're not.
Had they start blocking you like they blocked me, I can get one article in and they block me.
I try to read the first
A month or
2
something.
as fast as I can, and then it blocks me.
Yeah, I used to be able to screenshot it when I pulled up, but now it just goes right to, would you like to pay? And I go, pay? I'm not even there. Why the fuck would I pay you?
Yeah.
Piece of shit. I'll go on national news when it's important.
If it was important, it'd be on USA Today. I'll tell you
That's
that.
right.
So we filmed and recorded Burgoon's album last week.
Burgoon. Is that the guy who keeps not answering his phone before we start the podcast?
Yeah, we keep trying to get him on.
Matt Burgoon. That's the guy
Right.
who always wants to be in the podcast.
And
I
then-
call him, and right before I call John to secure him on the line and never picks up.
No answer, Burgoon.
No
That's, I
answer,
think,
Burgoon. Yeah.
We've been
NAB.
trying to get him. Trying to get him on the show for a long time.
Maybe he's just too busy, I guess.
Yeah, apparently. So what was he so busy doing last week with you that he couldn't be on the podcast that we didn't record last week?
I guess he like threw together some jokes and invited some people, and we recorded it and shot a little video that should be coming out pretty soon. And it went well. He told his jokes, his stories,
His monologues.
His mom and I think his grandpa came, and they cheered real loud. It was good for them to see that he. This probably wasn't a good boost for his family to see him like that, but it was all right.
They could have waited for the DVD.
Yeah, it would have been cheaper.
He's already dreaming about how he's going to spend all the money he's going to get from his iTunes sales of his album.
Oh, he's putting it on iTunes, huh? That's a smart move. That way you don't have all those CDs laying around.
Yeah, tripping over.
So we probably missed our chance to have him on the podcast because he's gonna be
just a mushroom
famous.
cloud. Yeah. Blown up.
So
He's still working at the P place, right?
yes,
Yeah. I think we
Still
know how to,
got
that.
I think we
No
know how to
jokes
get a hold
about
of
him,
him.
though.
Huh?
He has no jokes about
Working at a urine
Collecting
testing
pee?
place?
Yeah. Maybe there's only
Maybe
one.
he doesn't know funny. No, I'm kidding.
Maverick is very funny.
He's very funny,
He
but-
doesn't have a lot of ambition.
No, but I mean, it's just very funny that you work at a pee testing place. You know everybody in town you
But
shouldn't know.
it might be that there's only one. If there's only one, then he can't say,
Oh.
he can't give too many. You know what I'm saying?
What? A gag order at a pee place?
Well-
I'd gag working there.
I mean, if you burn that bridge, you just dump urine on it and put it out.
Yeah.
Or maybe he could craft the jokes as not a pee place, but like a donut shop, but have the same stories.
You could just not show up for a week and then be like, hey, you want to come back and test pee again? He goes, sure. Do I get the free breakfast?
I like the idea of just a freelance urine collector. He doesn't work for a company. He just collects the urine.
I'll come to your office. I'll test your urine. He switches it around. He spits it like a sommelier.
Sommelier.
He's like,
And I don't drink it. I don't drink it.
You might want to watch the opiates, but you're good. I'm out.
Hey, you don't have a cup or anything?
I don't know if you're on any drugs, but I can tell you're dehydrated. I don't know about anything else, but you're definitely dehydrated.
Yeah.
Just pee in this Ziploc bag. There's no cup? Come on. You're saving a lot of money here. Do it my way. Big Cup is behind all the pee places. Dixie, Solo. They're all there.
Yeah.
I'm with Ziploc.
Do I taste motherfucking cardamom?
I did have curry last night, so. God, I thought I'd get to bite you. You're good.
You're very
Burgoon,
good at
you are good.
Good.
They said you were good, but you really are good. Cardamom, motherfucker.
That's why he's the only freelance urine collector in the state.
in the tri-state area.
If he could just find someone to train, that's his problem.
Yeah.
The kids today, no one wants to learn a craft.
They don't have the attention span. Don't just drink the urine.
Hey, it'll be like those diving ducks in Singapore where they loosely tie rope around its neck, so when it goes down and grabs a fish, it can't swallow it. So it comes up trying to swallow it, and then the guy grabs the duck and saves its life by pulling the half-eaten fish out of its mouth, and then he goes down and gets another one.
He serves it.
So that's what he should do. Constrict their
windpipe,
the esophagus, right?
Yeah.
Like the foodie part. Cut that back enough that they can't take the urine down
all the way,
and then
you just spit it in the cup.
And then look, there's a learning curve, and when they're past that,
like
you can loosen it.
Lost the duck fishing thing.
You've never heard of this, John?
No.
You're a world traveler. You're going to a country that lost to Mexico.
I know. I don't have World Cup fever, so I don't know.
Oh, I wouldn't even.
I think it'll be over in 2 weeks.
Wear your sombrero.
No, it
Wear
goes
your
to
sombrero in Germany, though. Will you do that for us? We want a picture.
That would be funny.
Of you with the sombrero on in Germany. That would be fun.
It would confuse him because he's not dark skinned.
No, but it doesn't matter. They're just gonna hate fucking sombreros for the next.
Oh shit!
Remember when
Mexico beat Germany. I totally spaced out. Yes.
Do you remember in the 30s when fucking Israel beat Germany?
No, I wasn't alive in the 30s.
Okay, well anyway, it doesn't turn out the way you think.
Wear
those sombreros,
Who
John?
in this room remembers the 30s? Remember the 30s?
We'll see how John ends up.
Remember before there was Coca-Cola?
The Anne Frank of Germany. John will be there in his sombrero.
Yeah, John, I'm going to tell you right now, as a friend, I don't wear a sombrero to Germany.
Not going to wear a sombrero. I'm not going to go to the one Mexican restaurant in Germany. I'm going to lay low. But I read a little bit about the World Cup because I was trying to get into the spirit, and but I think it's going to be over by the time I get there, unless I don't know how long it lasts.
You're going to Russia?
No, I'm going to Germany, but there's people care. They care there.
Well, it's not for long. If it keeps going the way it just went, they only have another week and a half.
Well, Colombia lost to Japan. Colombia? That's all they do is play soccer and do coke.
That was well, we're not going to talk about this, but that was a very physical. Things are weird right now because you're starting to watch the first half and going, they're not fucking calling this. It's so physical that like the team is being outplayed. So all of them on defense just trip, pull down. I mean, the physicality of it is insane. And I don't know shit about soccer. And I'm going, why don't they just fucking play soccer? They are constantly pulling and tugging. I've seen every game, John. I've gotten up in the morning at 2 a.m. to watch a fucking game.
Play.
What's that? Let the boys play. Exactly. Korea, South Korean game. Same thing. They just fucking were tripping and getting hung up. And sometimes the refs, the officials are from all over the world. So you don't get a guy from South Korea on the team.
But they're all paid off, though, right?
No, John, no. There's no. Do you hear what happened? They tried to figure out if Russia had some skullduggery in getting FIFA to sign up for this World Cup, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna need to like backtrack and see a couple things, like emails." And they're like, "Oh yes, comrade, all of those computers have been destroyed. Sorry." Click. They didn't say no. They said, we can't give it to you. All of the computers have been destroyed.
But you know, the head of FIFA, he got fired, right?
Yeah.
He was flown in today as a personal guest of Putin.
Oh, sure.
Because he's the one who got FIFA to come to Russia.
Yeah.
So he's disgraced, and he's now a VIP.
Oh, yeah.
He might be getting Trump. He might get in the Trump room.
Sleep on the couch.
Yeah, get a cot. The next World Cup is in Qatar, and it's like
I thought it was Dubai.
No, it's like Qatar.
Okay,
Qatar. It used to be Qatar, but now it's Qatar, according to NPR. I don't know.
Okay,
but
well, that's a source.
Where it's like 110 degrees all summer long, so they're moving it to the winter.
Why didn't we do? Wait a minute, they're moving the date.
Yeah, they're moving the World Cup to winter.
Or they're moving weather.
Because they can't possibly play in the summer because it's so hot.
I think they actually did try to move the weather, and they figured it'd be cheaper just to move the date.
Why didn't we just do it in Bisbee? We can do it in Bisbee.
That is interesting, because I looked at the other night, I looked at the weather in Qatar, and it was 90 degrees at 10 o'clock at night. Qatar, whatever. And it is one of those things where, like, who the fuck decided to play this on Mars? How did this, and it's a payoff.
Yeah, but the other thing is so they're going to move the dates. What are the dates, John?
I don't know. Winter?
Okay.
Let's call it.
But winter in the Middle East is still the Middle East.
Yeah. They'll be tripping over nativity scenes.
I mean, I don't think they got to worry about the Christmas shoppers.
Well, I don't know how all that works. I just think it's bullshit to put it someplace that's inaccessible or super, super weird.
No, just stick with your Big Ten.
Yeah.
You know? Same way you do drinking water.
Exactly.
You know?
You're right.
We're not going
if
to
you
India.
Can drink out of the tap, then you're eligible to be. Yeah,
that's it. If I could drink your water, you can have the World Cup.
Even we wouldn't qualify because Flint, from Michigan.
If I can't drink out of the World Cup, it's not a cup. It's a fucking goddamn sewer system.
If we it should be the world spigot. Yeah. If we could we have to get Flint squared away before they'll be here in 2024?
We're not going. The world isn't going to be around.
Well, it's Mexico. It's Mexico, the United States, and Canada. So it's basically going to be the Americas.
Yeah,
yeah.
If we're all getting along.
Well, we'll see. Maybe this is it.
We're going to be like the Jacksons. I don't think we're going to talk for 2 years. Where's freedom?
I mean, there's going to be a lot of border walls by then, so I don't know the teams are going to be.
Well,
yeah, but
those guys kick far. So
yeah,
that's true.
Hey, you guys want to do some emails?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Emails. What do people want from us exactly?
Well, we have made requests.
Well, yeah,
it's our own damn fault. And
but that's like, I don't know. That's like buying like more than one plate because you're planning on having a dinner party someday, but you don't really want to. It's just in case people.
Hey, we already saved one guy's vacation.
Listen, I buy more than one plate because I don't want to wash dishes every day. So, John, there's two ways to look at that.
I have a plate in my head.
Eat over the sink like I
eat
did.
over the sink, like we did with those vegan chicken wings.
Yeah,
it really sets the tone when you're eating over a sink. Oh, you know the best part of that? The fucking blue cheese you brought over.
I know.
That was fucking, and you, we mixed the blue cheese, which isn't vegan, with some cashew milk, and Becker had a great idea. He goes, no, you gotta warm up the cheese by itself, add the cashew milk, and stir it, and then warm it up again. Not on high.
Nope.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Like 70%, and it fucking tasted just like blue cheese
Blue
dressing.
cheese.
It was amazing. Cashew milk, John.
Cashew milk.
It's like you guys are inventing food all over again.
It is a weird kind of alchemy that's happening here. Hey, we got an email. First of all, our email is nearthewildpodcast@gmail.com, and we entertain, and actually someone has to read all of these, and that's me. But It is
all
interesting.
6 emails.
We've got some questions that I'm going to pose to you guys. We haven't talked about this in advance. I'm going to just distill it down. This guy, Robert Brown, they're moving from Flagstaff, Arizona to Wasilla.
Oh my God.
Quite a move. He did the 4,100 mile drive by himself with a dog in the passenger seat, as you do.
Right.
And his wife drove the other vehicle.
As you do.
As you do. With another dog.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't say if they just found them or just. Yeah. Well, we're selling them to animal testing.
Somebody's probably going, you could have put the dogs in the back and have one of those tow hits.
You got to split driving. Like you drive for 6 hours.
Sure. Yeah, you get that thing to simulate a dog's thumb so he can Brody. He did say that he listened to the entire year of podcasting that we did in 9 days.
Oh, good.
And it was cool. And my reply to him was like, I cannot believe that this actually helps someone stay awake. Listening to us fucking blather on and on.
He goes, I just want to hear what happens.
But
I mean, basically we talk about the same things every 3 shows. We have about a limit of 3 shows, and then we just start talking about sex robots again.
Well, we forget. Oh, fuck. We haven't talked about that in a while. Mm-hmm. He did have a question because they did the Alcan. So they drove from Flagstaff, Arizona, which is, basically just going north and then west a little bit. And then you hit that corridor through Seattle to get up to the Alcan, which is hey, Becker, can I get one? There's 2 in the freezer. The Alcan and Rob asks if, we've all been down the Alcan or up the Alcan. And I think we've talked about it before, but I can't remember for sure. So it's a valid question that I think we should at least weigh in on. John, I'm sure you've done a piece on this. Do you know the distance from Anchorage to even Seattle down the Alcan?
It's 2,000 something miles.
All right, we'll go with that.
2,800 maybe.
All right.
I don't know. I've never driven the Alcan.
Oh,
you haven't?
I've never driven it. No.
I've done it twice.
I'm a big proponent of time versus money, and so it always seemed like a good investment to just fly.
Oh no, but you can take the ferry though. You drive down to Haines, they'll take you on the ferry straight across for like $600-700.
Well, I think it's for people who are like moving and need to bring a lot of stuff, either in or out of Alaska. And I don't have stuff. All my belongings fit in like a duffel bag.
You're perfect for the Alcan.
Yeah, you're Alcan material.
You're ready at all times.
I'm just leaving a trail of dead bodies behind me, and I just got my duffel bag hitchhiking the Alcan.
I can't see where this is. It says it's about 1,700 miles, and I think that might be from the northernmost point, which is up in maybe
the Yukon,
Fairbanks. It says.
Yeah.
But it was a highway constructed through Alaska and then down into Canada to hit the lower 48.
You know why it was built?
It says World War II for the purpose of connecting.
It was built by all black infantry. That was the only job they could get, so they had them build the Alcan.
Really?
Yep. Don't you know history at all?
No, I don't. That's why I got Wikipedia pulled up.
No.
It's just the screen's too far away. I can't read.
It's honestly amazing because they literally made them go do this, and then that's when Canadians started getting some color.
All right. So, John, you've never done it, and
nope.
I think you're looking at it all wrong. The reason to do it is because it's there. It is something. It is Becker. You've been on the road enough, and I've certainly been traveling, especially recently. I still love it. I love coming home, but I still love it. I love traveling and just going through. Like we just drove out to Joshua Tree. Yeah. I've never been to Joshua Tree, and I took the fucking long way home. Coming out of there because I want to see nothing.
Yeah.
I love seeing
nothing. I
want
to see all of nothing.
I remember, and this is my Alcan story. It was, I was leaving super fucking late in October.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah. And we were 2 days ahead of a storm that kept coming in. I had a cat that threw up every time the engine started. Every time you turn the engine on, you start the car, the cat would start throwing up and it stunk worse than shit. And I had a bird in the car too. It was a mess.
Cat doesn't eat the bird?
No. Well, we weren't in
Start the car, he'll throw it up.
Was it like
quick? Hurry, start. The car won't start.
But we were sleeping in the back of the Pathfinder. So every night, if we didn't, because I didn't think we even hit a hotel until we got close to Seattle. We would pull into a campground And then knowing clouds forming and shit, knowing you're going to get out early, we would take everything in the back and move it to the front seats. So we had enough room to sleep in the back.
Right.
And in the morning, we had to move everything back to the back area. There was no quick getaways. No. And I remember we were in Yellowknife and snow started falling.
I was going to say, yeah.
Right. And we're like, fucking go. Like, you're not going to outrun it. But I do remember it was one of the most awesome times. It's something that I will never forget. We were coming up and we were hitting the highest elevation on the Alcan, heading south from
That's when
Anchorage.
your car usually breaks down too.
They had construction going on.
Always?
Always. But they had this big, long, and it was like miles where you followed a pace car, right? So there's like this long line of people. We're the last one with the pace car. And I see these taillights just streaming. And then all of a sudden they dip down to head down the grade. And we're in the fucking middle of the fucking Yukon at the highest point of the highway. And I fucking said, fuck it. Turned the engine off. Got out of the car and just looked up. No fucking lights.
Yeah, nobody's coming.
Oh, no. What the fuck? Keep up, brother.
You got a pilot car.
I'll find you. I'll find you. It was fucking beautiful.
That's fucking
and
brilliant.
You're up and you're cleared away.
I would have done it with 3 people behind me. I'd have been like, yeah, I'm having a car.
Flashers on.
Go around.
Go around. But it is one of those things where I don't remember a lot from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that clear as a bell.
That's great.
We were on a gravel road and we're getting,
that's life right there.
And that's, really, John, to me, that's why you do things like that, is because you run the risk of remembering something for the rest of your life. And that was one of those times.
That's it. I don't want to see the Eiffel Tower. I want to pee on it.
I got a blowjob in the Eiffel Tower.
Did you? Nice.
I think I trumped your peeing.
Yeah, well.
Literally. And you, I know Becker's driven it.
Yeah, I did twice on the way down, out.
You went
only.
up or coming back?
No, going out. Out.
Out of Anchorage?
Yeah, Anchorage
down,
to Fairbanks.
You went to California, right?
Yeah.
I remember.
Twice I did it, and never will do it again. No. Never will do it again.
I'm at 10, I gotta go back.
What's that?
You drove, and then you realized you forgot something at home and had to go back.
Yeah, no, I did it twice leaving, and the second time, $1,600 in window glass later.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You, let me see if I remember this, because that was about the time we were rooming together in Anchorage.
Yep.
You had a not a Pathfinder, you had an SUV or something?
Yeah, the Jeep Cherokee Limited, yeah.
And the ruts in the road were creating a vibration, and it shattered your back window?
Back window. So that just spider cracked. The entire thing was falling in.
Yeah.
So I had to borrow tape for $16.
You borrowed it for $16?
Well, we went to the gas station. We go, okay, help it. And it was, those are weird fucking towns all along.
Oh, yeah.
And it was all kids. And we're like, are there no adults here at all? And so I use this tape and I just take duct tape and put it on. And lady goes, okay, it's $16. So I give her, she goes, I need the tape back. I go, $16 to use the fucking tape? And then they sell you liters of gas. So you're like $9,000 in gas.
How do they determine how much, like,
you
just give it back and then that's when they spring it on you? Hey, I'm going to need that.
I used it. And then she's like, well, you don't get to keep it. It was just whatever you needed. And I went, well, then I need more.
Children of the Corn.
And then the front
rules.
windshield got cracked. So I got to Seattle and then, hey, can you fix this? Because the fucking back window's falling in. Oh, yeah. These are hard to get windshields, though. But I think I can get one
Jeep
today.
Cherokee?
Yeah. Hard to get. Limited. Limited fucking. And so I just said, yeah, just do it. Because I'm a retard.
Yeah.
And then the guy goes, sure. And he goes, $1,600.
$1,600?
Back in Dickety Doo. Yeah. That was back when $1,600 was the price of a Jeep. But yeah. So that's my Alcan story. I fucking I enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoyed the part. We were literally driving and we didn't get the pace car. We were driving with a trailer on the back. And we were driving down this 1-lane thing and they were doing construction stuff. But we just were driving. It was middle of the night. So you just want to make time, And all of a sudden, boom, there's huge flashes of light down below. And this guy comes up to our car and knocks on the window because we're slowing down watching this. And he goes, what are you doing here? The road's not open right now. And we're like, what do you mean it's not open? We're on it. He goes, well, it's supposed to be blocked. So somebody must have moved it.
Are they
blasting? Yeah, they're blowing up the road underneath. And the guy goes, well, you can't back up with the trailer. It's 1 lane.
Yeah.
He goes, just go, I guess.
I guess.
That was what started it.
You're in it.
I want to drive the Alcan now, mostly because I want to have one thing I remember from the 90s and pay a bunch of money for a window. But I fall asleep when I drive, but it's really boring.
It's a great place to fall asleep, John.
Yeah, I don't know how
sometimes people like driving 5 minutes driving home. I'm like, I'm just gonna go to sleep right now. It's not worth it. I don't like this. I don't know.
Becky flew off an 80-foot cliff on the Alcan.
What?
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that story.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. In a little RX-7.
Wait, did you have another wife named Becky?
No.
Oh, really?
This is the one. She
This
lived.
is the one.
Yeah.
She lived. Beating the odds.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So, how long does it take? You can do it in 2 days.
You can do it in 27 hours.
No, well,
if you know the right guy when you're leaving town.
To be honest, with road conditions, everything, because they're always working on it. It's a guaranteed government project because they're always fixing something because it's fucked. But you can do it in about probably 2.5 days. But the thing about it is, it really does give you a complete perspective when people go, "Oh, Alaska." You go, "Yeah, it's 2.5 days away from the United States driving. 2.5 if you hurry." So when you say, "Oh no, New York got attacked by terrorists," you go, "Well, we're not anywhere close to that. We're fine."
Yeah, you're closer to the terrorists.
I mean, if Russia gets attacked, oh my God.
But 2.5 days, that's not how you should do it though. That's too short. That's you guys got to be somewhere.
But no, remember the old thing? When you're leaving, you get the fuck out.
Well, I know. Yeah.
You just want to get to Starbucks.
I do want to do it just so I can go to Whitehorse and take the mummified toe shot.
I know. And now they're going to back up toads. You know that? Some guy.
Yeah, I think they have 2 or 3 backups now.
Some guy got frostbite and he said, "I'm donating it." He said it on the news. "I'm donating to that bar in Canada that had the frozen toe." And I was like,
just fucking make gelatin toes and everyone can have a toe. It's fucking disgusting.
The other thing is, just carve one out of wood. That got Dillinger out of fucking jail. What, are you going to judge me? I don't think there's a real toe. I don't think you're an idiot.
That was one question, email question. See?
Yeah.
Send your emails to nearthewildpodcast@gmail.com. I think we've exhausted that one. Is that?
Yeah.
You good with that?
Well, I do feel inspired to drive the Alcan now. Maybe I'll drive it this summer.
No,
John, I got to tell you, driving is the
you
best.
You can pick this guy up on the way out. Just look for 2 people with 2 dogs.
Let me
fucking broke down.
It is a great way to see anything is to drive through it. It's not the same flying over it. You just don't get it. And I get it what you said. You know, you got time is an issue. The luxury of time and on the road is.
If you plan it right, I mean that's the thing. You always plan it right. You know.
But that's when Tracy first moved to Bisbee. She'd lived in Utah when she was a kid for 1 year. Mm-hmm. She went to school at St. John's in New Mexico for a little while, and they started doing road trips. And then moved back to Anchorage and worked there for 15, 16 years.
Yep.
And had never traveled like we did. And then that's why I was like, "Hey, Doug, we want to drive to New York."
Yep.
Why do you want to drive? We'll just fly and rent a car. I go, "Let's take the Suburban. You don't have to do it. We'll meet you there." And it is one of those things where you get to, she's been across the country twice
It's the
already.
number one pickup line for chicks from Alaska. Just go, "Hey, you want to drive across country with me?" And they go, "I would love to see the rest of the United States."
Oh, that's good. Oh,
Becky had.
Wait, you're born and raised here?
Yeah.
That's your vetting.
Yeah, get in the car.
Born and raised.
Remember, how do you pick up girls in Alaska? Go, "I'm leaving in the morning. Get in the car." Yeah.
Well, we have another one from Dave. He has a couple of. He loved to close out from the podcast the ukulele song that plays at the end.
Oh, good.
He said it was bad REM. I don't know. It's just a fucking folk song. I found it off YouTube.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good REM.
REM can't even do good REM with a ukulele. Well, no, it's a mandolin, motherfucker. It's not even a ukulele. Yeah. Hey, touristy places
this is starting off bad.
Touristy places in or near Bisbee. Yes, old Bisbee is all tourist.
Yeah, all tourists.
Yeah.
And then there's some secret Naco tacos.
Well, yeah, if you're coming to Bisbee, bring your fucking passport and
or your baby,
in.
and they have to let you in, and they can't separate you in Mexico from your babies. That's the rule.
Tombstone?
That's a good spot. And Becker, we got to go to that when Becky gets back in town. The 4 hours we're going to go.
We're going to
do
shootout.
Tombstone. Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
We'll do the whole thing. How did the three of us meet, and what made us decide to do a podcast? I will let you guys answer because I'm interested in the responses on how did we meet.
We were all in the military together.
Well, after that, because
in a secret mission called the A Team. We drove a van.
Yeah,
the black guy died.
Yep. They called Chaille Face for a while, and I was Doc, always smoking cigars. We met at Coots. I did comedy at the open mics, and
actually, you weren't, John. You weren't doing comedy.
I wasn't.
You were going to comedy forever
before you did comedy
with Matt. Not Matt Becker.
Matt
Collins. You would not go up on stage, and I kept asking Matt, why doesn't he go up on stage? He's funny, because you would be hanging out afterwards, but you would never go up. And that's that's when I met you. Is when you first started going up.
That's true for a while. I think I was like nervous to go up for a while, and then I was like, all these people are awful. Why am I nervous?
Exactly. That's you get your confidence going. They suck.
Now you just directed one of their videos.
Yeah. And Chaille, you guys were always like super nice to all of us awful open micers, and would like buy us pizza, and we'd all sit in the birdhouse and drink beer until closing time.
Yeah, and everybody would always go, I can only stay an hour, and then closing. Okay, guys, we're closing. They're like, all right. They'd all pick each other up.
I really missed that. That was a lot of fun. That was a reason to go to the open mic, was because of the drinking after the open mic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sitting in the back alcove. Yeah.
And is that where you met Becker?
Yeah.
All right.
And why do we have a podcast? I don't know.
Oh, I know why we have a podcast.
I know why
Why do we have a podcast?
We have a podcast because Doug came up and wanted to do Alaska stories. And we decided we would try it out first to work out the bugs.
Sort of right. I'll give you a little. The reason I wanted to do a podcast with Doug, because I really thought it would be interesting and it would be something to do, because I was now living out here. Mm-hmm. And I knew that I couldn't bring, because I've worked with him enough, that I can't bring him something half-baked, or I can't have something go wrong, because then he'll go, pish posh, fuck this. And,
right.
And so I said, hey, Becker, why don't we do a
you live next door
podcast?
at the time.
But I lived next door to you, at the time, and I was working at Coots, and we were doing the open mics and all that stuff. And I said, if we can figure this out, because I had fucking no idea. This is 2013.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I mean, Mark Maron was out. Corolla were out. Rogan was probably doing it. Bill Burr, yeah, definitely.
He was out, but we didn't.
So I'm hearing this, and I'm going like, wait, Doug has stories too. This is like right in the vein, but I can't go higgly-piggly and say, let's just try this.
No.
But I could do it to you two.
Yeah. And so, John, do you understand that the whole way we have a podcast is Ggreg goes, I need to work out all the bugs before I bring it to Doug. Otherwise, he'll be a nit about it.
Perfect.
So.
Guinea
and then we
pig.
overshadow. And You're the Wild overshadow the Doug Stanhope podcast.
We definitely carry more sex robot stories.
We don't have
Absolutely.
the quantity of listeners, but we have the quality of listeners.
No.
Because there's questions like that from Dave. Mm-hmm. He also says, he also asks about the red bus in the podcast. The icon we have is for the bus. Mm-hmm. And, is that Becker's backyard bus? And where is it now?
It is literally 2 blocks away from where we used to live. Yeah. The girl parked it at somebody's house because when she bought it, she said, well, I don't know how this is going to work. And I'm horrible at like when I sell something like that. Cause I'm like, cause she said, I'm going to drive the Alcan with it to connect the story. I go, no, you don't drive it. Becky's like kicking me going, she wants to drive the fucking Alcan with the bus.
Sure. Drive it to the fucking moon.
And then, so she goes, my neighbors are already complaining about all the cars we have at our house.
Oh, perfect.
And she's bringing home a full-size bus. I'm like, what? If they're already concerned, what? And Becky's kicking me again. And shut up. And then she ends up buying the bus. And maybe a month later, Becky goes, look, you can almost see it out our front window. It was parked alongside this guy's house over there in Airport Heights, on the way to Matt Collins' house. When you're turning, John, look to the left at the street where you turn there, where the park is, and
I'm gonna go by and look at it today.
You'll see it. It's right there, and the guy literally.
Maybe they had small cars and they took out the seats and parked one of the cars inside the bus, because then it's not even, that's part of the solution.
Well, Becky was so funny. She goes, that looks like our bus. That looks like our old bus. And it has a pirate head hanging in the front driver's seat.
Cliche.
And I went, well, unless there's another red bus with a pirate hanging in the front. I go, I don't know. That might be it.
That bus, Jared drove it into the backyard.
Yep.
Did you ever start it between when he parked it and then when you had to move it out of the backyard?
Yeah, we started it twice, but I'll tell you what, when we were moving out with it, I didn't realize it had a full fucking heating system.
You're fucking kidding me.
A full fucking heating system, like industrial. Like you went, this is too hot. I can't be out here anymore.
We had those fucking portable heaters and chattering fucking teeth.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Is that crazy? I turned it on. I was like,
we were getting frostbite.
It melted the snow off the roof, to give you an idea, in December.
Oh, wow. Then you could probably grow wheat in there.
Again? Again? Yeah.
So Matt Collins now lives in his parents' old house down off of, like in the Raspberry area. And from his deck, you can see into his neighbor's yard, and there's a full-size bright green bus that I think they converted it into like a smokehouse for fish or something, because there's a big chimney coming out of the top.
Oh, cool.
Or, well, if they do that though, they have a little portable like heater in there, because that's what I was looking at the antique stores for. One of those little, like they have here, the little
like a little wood stove.
Yeah, a little wood stove, and they put those in there. So that's what. But I didn't ever want to compromise the top. I didn't want to cut a hole in the roof.
Well, no, but
that's the biggest
they have a
problem
different use. They bought it for something specific, a huge smoker.
But it might not be a smoker. It might just be a stove in the.
They
back
might
of
just
the
smells like salmon.
I mean, he thinks it's a smoker because he's never seen people living in a bus.
Well, that really dovetails with Will Ferguson, probably.
Oh yeah,
one of the top 10 listeners.
Hey, Will.
His was the Future of NTWA podcast, Near the Wild Alaska podcast. By the way, I didn't play that ukulele song at the end. That's just something I found on YouTube, and I credit it. Mm-hmm. What's the future of the Near the Wild Alaska podcast now that the Beckers are in Bisbee?
Actually, you're mistaken, sir. Everyone keeps asking that question, but quite frankly, the Near the Wild is an Alaska podcast because John's in Alaska and Becky goes back and forth, still has a thriving business there. And I go back and forth every once in a while. So the fact that I'm not there full time just says that I'm matured and I'm smarter.
But
we can keep going until it's like everybody's like, well, nobody's going back to Alaska ever again.
Till John's in Germany.
Yeah, until I become a legal immigrant in Germany.
Right.
They're taking anyone these days.
Plus we have technology. I'm going to Bisbee in October or sooner.
Oh, great.
To do stuff. So
yeah, we're basically it's Austin Boston ticket.
Austin.
Yeah, there's always going to be a connection. We still sell Alaska souvenirs. We still sell a ton of those. We have them all made down in Agua Prieta, which is in Mexico.
Yep.
But they are authentic Alaskan souvenirs. The ulu knife. Do you see the ulu
way
knife?
cheaper when you get them made in Mexico.
So much cheaper when they're made in Mexico.
And we pass that savings on to us.
Yeah.
And not you.
We keep the complete difference, but we supply half the Asian stores in Anchorage with ulu knives. So.
The ulu knife is actually not just for display. It's great for poorly chopping up vegetables. So make sure you order that.
I was going to save it. Something popped up when I was like going through something on Amazon. It said the new pizza knife, and it's an ulu knife. A pizza cutter.
I saw that too.
Did you see it?
But
they're acting
pizza.
like the new.
Check out how they're like Exactly. Check out this new technology. Are you fucking serious?
You stole the Ulu
the
knife.
First Nation
and
has these.
You put a fucking silicone handle on it, and you acted like
That's the new part.
I invented it. I'm a millennial.
Is it bigger?
I invented it.
No, it's the same
No, it's the
fucking
same
thing.
You just keep rocking it over the pizza.
And they give it to you in a bowl that's curved just like the knife.
That seems worse than like a pair of scissors to cut a pizza. I saw Jared the other day. I didn't tell you. I saw Jared is like house sitting on my side of town, so I ran into him at the grocery store, and I tried to hang out with him, and he was like, "Nah, I'm busy." So I think he's lying.
No, he
could be busy.
He's busy. when you're free, he's busy, John.
He doesn't want to hang out with me.
Is Jared coming out for Halloween again?
I think we'll make him. We'll make him come.
I asked.
He was really good.
Did he say yes?
Shawnee was here.
He wants to.
Okay, good.
Shawnee was here yesterday, and we were talking about something, and we ended up on the side yard. I go, this will be Halloween, and I just waved my hand over the whole thing.
So let's announce it now. So Halloween in Bisbee, people, come to Bisbee for Halloween. It's going to be off the hook.
It's going to be. We're going to do. John, I don't know if you know, but the Halloween this year is on a Wednesday, so we'll do the weekend.
Yeah, we're doing the weekend.
The weekend before and after?
And then we'll do Halloween.
And we're doing a private party one night too.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Why not just
VIP
keep going straight through Monday, Tuesday?
No, you don't do that. That's a rookie mistake.
You don't, or you won't.
No, I will not, because the weekend we'll have people that just come down through and check it out. Because if it's going to be the yard, and then the kids will all come out on Wednesday for Halloween.
Yep.
Especially the kids who cross the border.
Yeah.
We get a lot. It's great. I love it.
No, it's good.
It is a good mix, because we had all those the photo shoots that Hennigan was doing last time.
Yep.
That I actually got to see the people that came through, because I was in one of the scares. I couldn't really see everything that was happening. But we're putting in an order this week for Ghost Ride to get some of the props that are coming up.
New gags?
Oh, we're doing a pop-up.
Yeah.
Because he bought the mechs last year and never sent them out because they couldn't get it for me, what we wanted. So we're getting a pop-up gag for sure. And then we have to rebuild the butcher's house.
Yeah.
Because we're putting it on the hill.
Yeah, but it's going to be, now we're going to have a full lot.
It's a maze, John.
A full lot, John. It's a real one.
At Disneyland in the Haunted Mansion?
Yeah.
They have that pop-up that's like right next to the cart that pops up.
Is it behind the gravestone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Stephanie, last time we were there, we did the Haunted Mansion, and the carts got stuck. Sometimes they just get stuck.
Sure.
And you have to sit there for a while.
That's how employees die.
We sat there for 12 minutes. There's the head popping up behind the skull, just super loud, right next to my face for like 12 minutes.
So did you sue Disneyland?
You get a little desensitized after that. The rest of it's a little bit.
A little of the Magic Kingdom magic is gone.
John, you didn't get to go either. Next year we're going on the fucking hayride thing, that thing we went up to in Phoenix.
Oh, no, we're doing something totally different this year.
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely, since we're going to be off the road, we're not doing anything when Doug gets back. Definitely we're going to spend at least one night in Tucson and hit all the haunted houses.
Okay.
Yeah. But I just met the guy who ran that one, and he needs curtains, so I'm trying to find a curtain guy for him.
Oh, good.
But they've got a big one. We didn't even go to the one that's in the shopping mall. 13th floor, I think it's called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they should call it the Chopping Mall.
We went to the one that was oh, John, you left right before we did this. We went to the one that was like a fair. It was like a whole promenade with turkey legs.
Yeah,
and
you
onion.
left John right before. It was so fun.
That was really good. And we know those guys. They God, what was it? We went to like 7 haunted houses in one night. 7 haunts.
Yeah, 7.
We had the VIP passes.
But we had the VIP pass, which he sells like, he tells us, get the VIP.
Always.
And fucking John, get the VIP. There were 200 people waiting on that one. And we walk up and they go, come on, you guys are
You're next.
And we look at 200 people going, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, that's what we did.
Way to save $30.
We went to Universal. Tracy and I, we were coming back and we stayed over at Universal. And that was the weekend we went to Gatorland and all that stuff. And we did that thing, and I was videotaping the whole time. like when we came out of it, and we got drunker as it was going on because they sell a lot of liquor at Universal. Everywhere you can sell liquor, they've got satellite bars everywhere. We went on every single ride or every single haunt that was in the park, right? And because we bought the extra, the fast pass.
You gotta get
we
the
got
fast
there
pass.
2 hours after it opened, and we left an hour before they closed. We went on everything. Everyone else who had to wait in line went on maybe 2, and we hit 8 of them.
Wow.
You're just exhausted after you wait in line for like 2 hours. For
No,
anything.
it
You're done.
kills me too. I'm not, I'm not like I'm impatient, but I just standing there going, Jesus Christ, how fun could this be?
Just pay the extra. And there were like parents, and I was like, as I got drunker, I started talking to people in front of me. Like, I like tap them on the shoulder. Who would do this? I'm like standing right next in line to the people that are waiting for hours. Who would do this? Would you ever? And I'm taking a survey. Would you ever wait in that line? And like, I can touch the person I'm talking about. Would you ever wait in that line to go onto this again after you've done this? Oh, hey, we're going in. We're going in.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. We have to go. We just got here. Can you hold my turkey leg? I'll be right back. I know you'll still be standing here. Loser.
It is one of those things. And I talked to, one of the persons from Universal. They bought from Ghost Ride at the show in St. Louis this year. And I said, I gotta tell you, this whole thing, I don't know how everyone's not buying that or how it's not going to turn into a thing where it's flooded. She goes, that's our thing. And we have to figure out the next level because now people are figuring out
VIPP.
They are, honestly, that's what they're figuring out is like now they make you hit a mark pay wise, money wise to do that. And then once you do it, you will never go back. You will go, look, this is one night we're going to do this. Now they have to figure out the next level because now that like TSA pre-check.
Yeah.
All of a sudden more and more people did pre-check.
Oh, pre-check.
So how do you get,
people are getting pissed at
yeah,
pre-check.
I have to wait.
The line.
There's no line over
longer,
there, but a line here. So they're having to figure that out. That's going to be the next, I think, shift in,
well, I mean, what's to figure
amusements.
out? Like all they got to do is make faster pass, and then they do that, and then eventually they run out of line they run out of room for more lines, so they just like up the ticket prices for everything. And they knock it back down.
Yeah, but the other one is this is the VIP. You get kicked in the nuts and then you go through. And the other one, you don't get kicked in the nuts. You go, I'll do that one.
I'll take the nut shot. If I get in it quicker, I'll take the nut shot. I don't fucking want to wait in line. I want to see all of the...
Why would I want kicked in? You go, the whole exhibit takes longer when you're busy trying to get your nuts back
limping.
out. Yeah.
Limping to the beer
this
cart.
Is so much longer.
No, I don't want beer. I want ice. You got any ice back there?
It should be a nut shot, but you don't know when it's coming. It could be like while you're...
At some point during this, you get a nut shot. Unless you got the gold ticket.
A big bag swings down, hits you like a pendulum. It's like, hey, you paid for it, bro. Don't you remember? Not like this.
You get through the whole thing. You get back to your car. You're like, I don't even know what they're talking about. The nut thing. All of a sudden, whack. They knew where we parked.
Oh, shit. I just realized. L.A. We should do a overnighter to L.A. to do Reign of Terror. ROT.
Okay.
That's a buddy of ours from way back. That it is he's in a mall. He's got a huge brick and mortar fucking facility. Above him is a World's Gym.
Wow.
He's below it, right?
And
he's been there. It's a year round thing.
There's another thing Amazon brought us, people. A haunted house in L.A. in an old mall.
So we definitely have to do that one. So yeah, we got a bunch of things going on.
Cool.
So let's this Markham Cole has an interesting question, but we might have to stick a pin in this for next time. Maybe we'll do that. That's our tease. Our next podcast, getting drunk for the first time. Do you have a story for that? Do you remember that?
Yeah, it's a wedding, like everybody
dumb.
else. Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it was just you think you're invincible. You remember feeling amazing, and then you remember throwing up. And then you're supposed to apparently quit.
Mine's the opposite of yours.
Yeah.
I don't remember drinking. I don't remember throwing up, but I remember in the middle going like, why is everyone looking at me? And I shouldn't have got on that porch swing thing.
Yeah.
That was it. I remember the middle. I don't remember the beginning.
Swinging up and on hooks. Yeah.
John, you got one? We'll tackle it now.
I was in high school and we were drinking vodka, And I remember like refusing to drink the orange juice because I was like going to show how tough I was. And I ended up just like puking all over my friend's van. And then I think, and then later puked more on my friend's mom's couch. And that was like the whole experience was just mostly me refusing orange juice and then puking everywhere I possibly could.
I'm not a puker. See, I always puke if I'm going to like heavy, like ridiculous blacked out drinking.
Yeah.
The next day I'll throw up.
That's weird.
Like my body goes, get rid of it.
You drink a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of puking every step of the way. While I'm drinking, afterwards, the next day, the whole time.
That was my move to be able to get up and do something in the morning. I wanted to just evacuate. Yeah, that was band days. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, you do that eating a cake, they label you.
Yeah,
you do that.
You do
that drinking.
You're a party animal.
Let's go, Jaeger. You sure? Jaeger.
I was just trying to throw up the cake. That's why I drank so much.
Of course, I want to do a beer bong. All right. Here's another, Steven Johnson. Hey, we nailed that one. That was quick. Yeah. Hey, Steven Johnson wanted to ask about the bus, but we already talked about it. We're cute little INS joke. That's it. So if you want to ask questions of, Near the Wild Alaska podcast, just, email us at nearthewildpodcast? nearthewildpodcast at gmail.com.
Gmail.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
I can put a little ringy ukulele stinger in here, and then we can go on to the next part. Not mandolin. It's always ukulele for this podcast.
Right, so the weather's been amazing down here. John, how's the weather there?
It's been pretty good. It rained this weekend, but we've been building a new dance studio, so I've just been inside doing drywall all weekend, so I didn't mind.
In the same location?
Yes.
Okay.
The same location, adding another studio. The tattoo place moved.
Oh, okay.
And,
well, there you go. I knew tattoos would run out once the...
Nobody wants them anymore. Everybody who wants them...
They're all covered. I said eventually you're going to run out of customers. Yeah, they're all stabbed up.
Eyeball tats. That's the new thing.
Yeah.
But it's been nice. I rode my bike to work today, and now I don't want to ride home, so I'm just going to stay at work forever.
There you go. Yeah, you can take the bus. You know, that used to always kill me. People put their bikes in the front of the bus, and I had a bus driver that used to come in. And he goes, about 5 people a week will forget their bike on the front of the bus when they get off, and I take off. I get done my route, and there's a bike stuck on the front of the bus on the bike rack in front, and he goes, wow, you forgot your bike. Hey, did you find a bike? I go, yeah, it's your bike.
Do they have those sales where they sell the bikes at the end of the year?
Yeah, I mean,
seems like like the car auctions or the locker.
Call where you got to call the bus company and go, did I leave my bike on? Well, do you know the bus number? No. Do you know the driver's name? No. It's like, well, we do have a bike actually.
Did you actually have a bike?
Yeah.
I'm just guessing. It's like Doug when he wants to go. He loses a pair of readers, or he loses a charger. He goes to the hotel and he goes, "Hey, I left my readers over in the lounge." And they just pull up a box.
A drawer. Yeah. Go,
like,
is this it?
Oh, there they are. Tortoise shell. Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. These are 125. I need 175s.
Wait, turns out they're black after all.
That's when you just grab a handful of glasses and walk away. Like one of them has to be in there.
Exactly, John. I got to say this right now. We're probably wrapping up, coming to a close here. But I think that was me taking a picture so I could have a picture of all three of us.
Wait, do it again. I
Ready?
was turned.
You guys ready for a picture? John, are you ready? Oh,
yeah.
You're totally ready. I'm getting the Bikini Car Wash in there, too.
Oh, good.
There it is.
We're good.
Anything else?
No,
I should probably do a little shot with you.
Yeah, you should.
Just get that shot. No, that's the steel one right there. Yeah.
Is that a bottle of these? What is that?
There's it's kind of sad. There's a self-serve car wash where you like spray. It's a little bay, 2 bays, and you spray your car. That
those are the best kind.
Yes, that connected to a. Here. Down.
What is happening? How many shots have you guys had?
Not enough. That connected to a liquor store called Plaza Liquors has been bought by the hotel, not the hotel.
No,
the hospital.
The nonprofit hospital
across the street. So now they're leveling the car wash, which a lot of people use out here, and the liquor store is going away as well, which means now we have to drive
And
even
also
further.
the entire mall, a thrift store is gone.
Oh, shit, yeah.
5 different ones.
Yeah.
A restaurant's gone.
Yeah, all that is going away.
20% of Warren's business district is being taken out by fucking fake healthcare.
So, one of us is really excited about this. Excitable about this. It's going to be mainly a parking lot. They're knocking all this shit down to make a parking lot. So what I do is every day since I found out about this, I go there and I buy things, which is kind of weird because I never really went there before. I would just go to the further one. I would go to the further one, not realizing that one was, I just
had
would never go there.
everything.
And now I love going to the
They
closer
have
one.
everything.
The closer one they give me limes. They give me a free bag of ice today because they forgot to ring it up. They go, just take it. I go, we should have had this relationship years ago.
Yep.
That's also why they got bought up. They give all their stuff away.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, it's just fucked up, and the mayor needs to go.
Well, they always do. So anyway, John, that's a little Bisbee history.
That's
And
disappointing.
yeah, it is. But Becker brings up a good point because Warren is kind of it's set away. We're almost 2 miles from downtown Old Bisbee, which the tourist area. So we got to rely on some things down here, which is
Will they close
hopefully
the gas station because it had old tanks?
well that
Well, no, but fair enough. But it's
there's also a
gone.
gas station a half block away. That
What,
has
the one that does car repair?
wait, huh?
Oh,
Oh no, you're talking about Giant right across from it.
yeah.
Yeah, that I think that was an issue.
Maybe
was a
Lowell will become
clientele.
a shopping district.
Is Warren part? It's part of Bisbee. It has the same mayor and everything, right?
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
have, like,
Warren is.
We had the city hall was actually located in Warren until it caught on fire and
It
burned
did
down.
burn down.
And
Did
they
they
didn't have
rebuild it?
they didn't have insurance for asbestos. It turns out when you build a building in 1901, you don't get an asbestos insurance, and so now they can't rebuild it because the asbestos removal would cost more than the rebuilding. So they're going to tear it down and turn it into a fucking lot in Warren. Is
But
what
you know,
their new plan is.
asbestos. This is what I found out. Asbestos isn't a problem until you disturb the asbestos.
Well, do you think tearing the building
Well,
down
that's
will
what I
disturb
mean.
it?
So someone probably down way back said, yeah, there's asbestos, but there's asbestos in everything. We probably eat more asbestos than you are aware of.
Yeah.
Because that was the fucking,
Right.
that's the dry cleaner's excuse of like,
He
look,
said-
man,
he
I
said
used to
that-
bathe in this stuff.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
Fiberglass.
What's that?
Fork full of insulation,
Yeah.
just shoving it in his mouth.
You don't
Leave
even,
this stuff
John,
alone.
you don't even know how much asbestos you eat a day. You'd be shocked to know how much.
No, I believe it.
So the 1930s thinking
Yeah.
has bit them in the ass, and yeah, it's fucking expensive because the team that would come down here, they would probably have to put a bubble over the whole fucking site to be able to do that. But if they at least knock it down, someone will build something there.
Yeah,
That's what I
They'll
want.
build a fucking rent-to-own store.
Well,
No,
that'd be
anyway.
pretty good. We should get a franchise.
We already did. No, I'm putting a taco. No, I told you Taco Bell.
That might work.
Are you kidding me? A fucking Taco Bell in this town? Fucking go crazy.
Anyway, we are set far enough away from Old Bisbee here at the in the Warren in the Funhouse that we rely on some things that would be cool. And if you stayed here for more than 48 hours, John, you'd get a little flavor.
You'd know that.
You'd get a little flavor of Bisbee.
I mean, I got some flavor.
I
got a
know.
little flavor. I got enough flavor, probably.
Probably enough. That's probably more than you can handle at
Yeah.
one time.
No, it's a lot of fun. It is. But yeah, there's just certain things where you go, come on, you're tearing all this down for fucking medical billing? You gotta be
Yeah.
kidding me.
Well, it's like Alaska. That's the only thing that's probably profitable down there. Is
Yeah, opiate
medical
addicts.
stuff.
We don't have the crime scene you do. I know shit.
Jesus.
Second day of murders.
Or the Bears.
Yeah. They had a murder, the day before? I thought it was the same story, John. I was looking it up for today, and I was like, shooting this afternoon at 4. I go, well, that's the same time they shot the guy yesterday.
they have a schedule to keep.
Yeah.
You just set your watch to it.
The mayor's going to go, don't come out at 4 o'clock. That's when people get shot, people.
And here, 7:30 in the morning, I hear a truck and I hear the beep beep, and that's the garbage. In Anchorage, you hear a growl. It's the bears rooting through the garbage.
Garbage day.
If we put the
I didn't set it out. They'll get it.
if we just put the bears in coveralls, it wouldn't be a problem. We just put them in a little truck.
No one would even notice.
You'd be like, he's supposed to get the garbage.
He got a hunchback? Nah, don't worry about him. He's fine. He's here every day.
It can't be a bear. We have a bear-proof container.
Wait a minute. Is trash pickup every day? I guess. I don't know. Let's go.
I don't know. Trash guy shit all over my yard, but he's on time.
You sure that wasn't Uber? Yeah. All right. You've listened to another episode of Near the Wild. I'm Matt Becker, sitting in Bisbee, Arizona, waiting on the trash guy.
I am John Norris, forwarding all my personal emails to nearthewild@gmail.com. Or is it Near the Wild Podcast?
Near the Wild Podcast at gmail.com.
Ggreg is now in charge of all emails.
Yes. And I am Ggreg Chaille, sitting right here next to Matt Becker in Bisbee, Arizona, and toasting to
John.
our friend John Norris, who has his Irish coffee. Good night. That's not
Cue
bad.
the uke.
That's good.
Cue the uke.
You've been listening to the Near the Wild podcast with Matt Becker, John Norris, and Ggreg Chaille. Recorded in Anchorage, Alaska on Matt Becker's backyard bus. Produced and engineered in Bisbee, Arizona by Chaille.